Hi, I'm Zachary Hunter, and this is the Explain It To Me podcast. The EITM pod is about info without gatekeeping, encouraging curiosity, community, and education without drowning in jargon. If that interests you, please like, rate, and subscribe so I can continue making these videos. It's the early days, but I have a lot of things I'd like to share and discuss, so any help would be appreciated. Okay, so today I want to talk about helping you help yourselves. There's so much nonsense out there on the internet, and most of it is being spewed by grifters and folks who have something to sell you. In this episode, I just want to help you. Now, I am a certified financial planner, right there, and an attorney. I have well over a decade in estate planning, tax prep, and or tax law experience. But this isn't specific investment advice, tax or legal advice. I just want to give you some basic points which I got from my education all in one place so you can be better informed yourselves. I'm not talking to you as a client. I'm just being a good neighbor who can give you a few tips, and most importantly, and so rarely in this part of the internet, one who isn't taking a cut or getting a kickback if you follow them. I think these 4 rules will help you be smarter with your money and better prepared if and when you do look for a financial or tax advice from a professional, preferably one with a fiduciary duty to look after your best interests. And if they aren't fiduciaries like certified financial planners or attorneys, keep looking, as you deserve the best advice. Okay, rule number 1. Make it a habit. In the movie Men in Black, Tommy Lee Jones's character, and I won't do an impression, says, "A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it." End quote. Deep down, we know if left to our own devices, we become dumb people real fast. If your saving and investment decisions are a thing you leave for future you to make, then you'll learn all too well our future selves will be dumb whenever given the chance. If you make those smart, aka hard, choices a habit though, then those decisions can be smarter than future you might ever be. So if you look into it, you'll hear terms like dollar cost averaging, or calls for monthly budgets, doing yearly net worth statements, and even personal financial audits. All good, but bottom line, discipline is your friend. Automation is your friend. Tying your own hands before your future self gives you a black eye by being dumb, that is your friend. So many things like IRA contributions, 401k or 403b or 457, whatever you might have at your job, those contributions, I would even say money going into a brokerage account, if and when you get to the point where it makes sense to do that, make all those automatic, then odds are your future self will thank you for making it a habit. Money in your pocket burns a hole in it for most of us. But if without thinking we save/invest that money before we even fully realize we made it, then we'll get the benefits without risking as many of the costs. Okay, rule number 2. Keep what you can, but don't hurt anybody. The folks over at the Money Guy Show, who I think are some of the best educators in the personal finance area online, they stress a goal of 25% savings rate to really maximize your future well-being. Now, that doesn't mean a quarter of your paycheck going into a savings account, even a high-yield one. What they're talking about is investments. And their financial order of operations, or FOO, is pretty great for helping you figure out what to do with the next dollar you make. But my point with my rule number 2 is that keeping what you can isn't just about being smart with your budget. You have to be smart about your budget, but also to think about why we save or spend. Just being more aware of that will, for most of us, free up a bunch of money that you can put to better use. Also, when I say keep what you can by saving and investing, I don't mean being a tightwad or a cheapskate. Save/invest until it just starts to hurt your lifestyle today is a great rule. But don't let it hurt your loved ones or those in need of your help. You can't take it with you, so never keep so much that you forget why you're doing it in the first place. Money is a tool. We save today to make our tomorrows brighter, sure, but don't ever let it darken the days of others, especially our loved ones. So rule number 3, take the free/cheap money. This isn't investment advice, but I think it's safe to say that you shouldn't leave money on the table when it's yours to take. If your job has an employer match for its retirement funds for your 401k or 403b plans, and almost all do, yet 1 in 5 workers, about 22%, don't take them up on it, that match is straight up free money. Depending on the terms, it could be a 50 or 100% return on your investment. In a single year, if you take it. I should add, after employer contributions vest, but that's a topic for another day. So, you're at your job anyways. If the boss is offering free money for when you stop working, take it. Also, if you have a high deductible health plan for your insurance with HSA, that's a tax break now. And if you use it to pay for, / better yet pay back medical expenses, it's potentially free money in the future. We all get sick. If the government, or if your employer throws you some money each year into the account, the company, gives you free money to help pay for when you will eventually get sick, take it. IRAs, either called traditional or Roth, either give you the money now, come tax day, by lowering your taxable income like in a 401k, or you get the tax break when you go to pull it out if it's a Roth IRA. If you're one of the 4% or so of folks who don't just drain their HSA but let it grow and then reimburse themselves years later, the HSA works like both at the same time. These plans, and all sorts of other things you can learn about from a financial advisor, are free/cheap ways to grow what you have. They aren't complicated. They might have a bunch of letters and numbers. They are just there to make getting older and getting richer a little easier, one way or the other. Now we get to rule number 4. First, a quick recap. 1, make it a habit. 2, keep what you can. 3, take the free money. And now number 4, don't make your money become stupid money. Unless you use a place like Facet, who, if they ever sponsored me, I would gladly talk about more. Most financial advisors, of which again I am not, they take a percentage of your money every year, regardless of how well or how badly they do investing it. It's called Assets Under Management, or AUM fee. And I'm largely against them. Now, everyone needs to get paid. I get that. But the dirty little secret of personal finance, and one of the reasons why I don't do investment advice, is that 1, studies show, and I think it's almost impossible to beat the market long term without insider knowledge or excessive risk. And 2, and this one is important, someone actively moving your money around, so-called active management, rarely does as well as just riding the market with a low-cost index fund. Why? 1, because like in Rule 1, and Men in Black, I guess, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it, end quote. We always want in on the next big thing, and we always think we'll time our ride on the elevator just right to get off at the penthouse before it crashes into the sub-basement. A lot of advisors, especially those who aren't so-called fiduciaries, are just as panicky. Wouldn't you prefer a low-cost ETF that lets you benefit, which is a type of basically stock, it lets you benefit from more of the economy without worrying as much and keep more of what you make there, rather than your advisor skimming 1 to 2% year after year and still not beating the benchmarks like the S&P 500? Giving someone more of my money and them not making as much as if I invested it myself seems pretty dumb to me. Even more so with the grifters selling things like indexed universal life, as they make even more off of you and you make even less on the investments. We try to convince ourselves that we just know we will make money if we buy high-risk commodities like crypto/Bitcoin, or buy a rental property, or whatever. And maybe you might. In the end, though, it is better and safer to get wealthy instead of growing poor, getting rich quick. So avoid those AUM fees, where your so-called advisors skim off more and more of your money each year when, unless they are a certified financial planner like me, they usually aren't even required to have your best interests in mind when they do their jobs. Avoid commodities like gold and Bitcoin, as casinos usually at least give you free drinks when they clean you out. Also avoid, like the plague, these get-rich-quick schemes like using insurance as a retirement plan. Or this one quick trick somebody will tell you all about if you pay for their program or class or book or whatever. Those moves likely aren't worth it. Those folks will make money off you, and they both will likely make you and your now smaller pile of money a lot dumber than before. A fool and his money are soon parted, they say. Trying to get rich quickly, or worse yet, trying to look rich, is about as foolish as it comes. See, if you try to keep up with the Joneses, you and they will be nice and equal, working beside each other as Walmart greeters decades into your retirement. But you follow some basic rules, like these 4, however, and you might just be able to hire the Joneses' kid to mow your yard when you go on vacation with your grandkids. Again, this is just the start, and this is my first real video, so please bear with me. But also bear in mind that if 1, you make it a habit, 2, keep what you can without hurting anybody, 3, take the free and or cheap money, and 4, you don't make your money stupid, you might start getting a better handle on your money and retirement quicker than even you might expect. Now the part you do expect. Please, I'm just starting to make episodes for the podcast and YouTube. If you like this, or if you've made it this far, please like, rate, and subscribe. We're all at the mercy of the algorithms, and they say it really helps. Also, if you're willing and able to help get the show going, I have a Ko-fi page at ko-fi.com/EITMpod. That's ko-fi.com/EITMpod. The link's going to be in the description and show notes. If you want to, quote, buy me a coffee, end quote, and help make EITM what I believe it can be, I would be extremely grateful. No obligation, but either way, thanks. God bless, and best of luck out there.